Hi everyone, and welcome to the Pro Series Championship. We're going to have a 2-game match to determine the overall champion for the 2013 Pro Series. I'm Dan Murphy along with Jim Barber. We're going to be the host for the show. I am thrilled to do the show, Jimmy, and I'm equally as thrilled to do the show with you. You told me we have 116 years of experience in this game. I'm only 29, so I don't know how old you are. So
92.
92.
So, yeah.
All kidding aside, folks, let me catch you up with where or how we got to this point. The Pro Series has an event starting in August through April. One event a month. It could be singles, it could be doubles, it could be teams. And when the bowlers enter these events, they're a chance to win points. The points are cumulative through the whole season. At the end of the season, we take the top 24 point getters to a round-robin elimination tournament to get to the final 2 bowlers. And we have the final 2 today. And believe me, I know both of these bowlers, and if they bring their A game, we're in for a big treat. They should be some fat extra bowling. Jimmy, who we got bowling today?
Okay, to my right we have Jim Ayotte. He bowled the #1 seed Craig Holbrook. They had a fantastic match. They tied 244, and Jim won the tiebreaker 130 to 114. And Chris Sacchetti had to beat the #2 Jeff Surrett. So they beat some pretty good bowlers to get to this spot.
Thanks, Jim. I'm sure both these bowlers have a little notch in their belt for those beating those bowlers. We're going to be back after a short break. Sit back and enjoy 2013 Pro Series Championship. Okay, and we are back for the opening game. Jim, any predictions?
Yeah, it's going to be a good match.
There you go. Chris, right through the middle. Possibilities here, Jim.
Yeah, wood off the sidewall and smack it across. There's a lot of sidewall action in today's game. I don't know if you've noticed it, but there's a lot more on the sidewall.
Nice effort there by Chris.
Yeah.
And a 9-box to start. Just a 2-game total.
Yeah.
And these bowlers have bowled how many games, Jim, to get to this point?
Well, they've each bowled six strings so far. This is their 7th and 8th string because they had to buy the first round. The first 8 seed had to buy the first round.
This time missing the head pin, but a very makeable spare leave in the 1 and the 8 pins.
Yeah. And smack it right on the center of it.
It's going to be kind of full on the head pin, which should help him against that 8 pin. There it is. First mark of the match. Yes, absolutely. First mark of the match.
Yeah.
Now our first look at Jim Ayotte.
Yeah, he had a fantastic match with Craig Holbrook where they tied the 2-string total 244 and then had a 1-string roll-off, and Jim was the victor, 130 to 114. So
that's a huge win against Craig Holbrook because he arguably the best in the game right now. Certainly one of the top 5.
Absolutely, yeah.
Still looking at the 4, 7, and 10.
Yeah, there's some pretty good money here too, Dan. The winner's going to get $1,200, and the run-up $600. So
not bad at all.
Pretty good take for one day, right?
In between the first and second games, we're going to speak to one of the committee members of the Pro Series and explain how you can get into the Pro Series and some of the other intricacies that go into this fantastic series, Pro Series. Jim, off the head pin again. Looking at the 110, so he will fail to mark in his first 2 boxes.
Just looking at some of their high singles, they both have a pretty good high single. Jim's got a 190 and Chris a 191.
Yeah. Chris, an average of 121. I thought that was my golf score.
Yeah. Yeah, and Jim's got a 123 average.
And that is the fill on the spare. Leaves the 4 horsemen plus the 9. So that's a 5 fill for 24. I'm sorry. Yeah, 24. Through the second box. Looking for 2 marks in a row. Yes.
Yeah. When that 5-pin fell, it made that a very makeable mark. Spare leave.
Chris, just 27 years old. I think I was 27 and one time. Just the half whistler left on that spare. A break for Jim.
Earlier today when Chris was bowling Jeff Surratt, put together strings of 139 and a 141. Wow. 280 against Jeff Surratt's 264. So Chris is very capable. I've seen him throw a lot of strikes today. But then again, he might be a little bit tired.
True. Yeah. And you got the lights and the cameras, all added pressure.
Right, a little more pressure on you. Right.
Here's another look at Jim and looking for his first mark. And he's got a very capable one here in the 4-7. I can't tell if that wood is going to be a roadblock or not. I think he has a clear shot at it.
Well, I ain't going down to get that. You can go if you want.
No, I can get down and get it. I'm not worried about getting back up.
Right.
And the wood did cost him.
Right.
Just almost got by it, but just clipped the wood and threw the ball around the 7-pin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another 10 box, 28 through 3 boxes.
Yeah.
A little full in the head pin.
Yeah, the 6-7. They sound like they're close together, but
yeah, they're not.
Not really.
So do you cap that piece of wood
in
in front?
wood on the left. I think I would try it.
Oh,
wow.
Fantastic effort by Jim Ayotte.
Yeah, I expected the ball to hit the 7-pin, but it wood almost came up the sidewall to get it.
Well, and it's a 9 box for 37, so it's an early 8-pin advantage for Chris.
Oh.
Jim has to feel pretty fortunate because he has 2 marks up against him with no marks for himself, and he's only down by 8.
Right.
There is your patented strike you're talking about.
He has thrown some awesome strikes today, and they go fast.
They did. Almost like they were tied together.
Yeah.
Looking for the double strike.
Wow.
That close.
I thought that was an awesome hit. Nice pocket hit.
6 and 9 left, trying to go spare on strike. No, slides by the object pin, which was a 6.
Yeah. I mean, you wonder if the wood being there, like maybe it favored that way or something instead of going right at the 2 pins.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And it's a 9. 73 through 6 boxes.
Oh.
And Jim still looking for his first mark of the match. And you have a cluster of 5 in the corner.
I used to call that the bale of hay, but I don't know why.
You know, I've never heard any name. I'll go with that. Bale of hay.
A bale of hay. I don't know why, but that's what I called it when I was growing up.
He forgot a few strands of hay and he left the 10-pin.
But I like yours too, the cluster of 5.
Yeah.
You think you had a great hit and you got a cluster up there.
And it's a 10 box, 47 halfway through the first game. Finds himself down by 17 now. Opposite a 9 box. Good place for his first mark. And he will shoot at the 4-7. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right there would be nice. Just doesn't want the wood to cover the 4-pin.
And it's doing it.
Can just see a little daylight. But
I think you got to go a cap shot on this one. Unless you just go by it.
Yes.
All right. The wood pushed the ball through.
Very nice
At
effort.
least he knows what he's doing.
A little more difficult than he made it seem.
So, yeah. He needed that too to get the pressure off him.
Exactly.
You know, he was open on
Monkey's
that one
off
there,
his back now, and
yeah.
Chris continues to assault the head.
Yeah.
Boy. Triangle 4-7-8.
And that is not an easy shot.
No.
I mean, they looks it, but in my lifetime, it's not an easy shot.
And that's
one of the reasons, right? You think you split it perfect, not quite.
And it's a 10 box. Decent game going, but probably by his standards, he's not happy with it.
No, I mean,
83.
He needs a mark to hit his average.
Yep.
He's got 3 boxes left to do it, but yeah, you're probably right. He's wish he had a little bit more there.
Has a high 5 of 721. Oh, big break off the head pin. Leaves just a 9 with a plank.
And plank looks pretty good. Right on the pin.
You know, I think so because he's got the other wood behind on the right would keep this one in play, I think. Yes. That's his 3rd spare. Also has 1 strike, 4 marks. Well, Jim finally got his first mark to me, and he needs a big fill and another one. Wow,
and it might go.
Than that. Leaves himself the 7 and 8 and piece of wood.
Way to the right. Yeah, that's where I'm
almost got to
looking.
cap it and hope.
Yeah, slide it across.
He's trying. Oh, fantastic shot. Wow.
He must have heard us, so he said, I think I'll go just like they said. All the experience we got. Says, I'll go right like they said.
Unfortunately, over the last few years, I could tell people how to hit it. The problem is trying to do it.
I know exactly what you mean. Nice ball.
Big 9-pin fill, leaves the 4-pin. And sometimes a great shot like that really gets you going, you know?
Well, it gave him the lead, 84 to 83 now. And he's up against the spare. And he's got it.
3 in a row, 3 spares by Jim Ayotte.
Actually, I said he's got it. I ought to wait till after the action is done because sometimes the wood really messes it up.
Yeah, 12 years of experience, but not in math.
I know. Okay, 94 to 93. They each have a spare. Now it's a match. Right down to the wire in the last 2 boxes, first string.
And right on the head pin. 8-pin dropping his spare. Difficult. 4 and 8. But he has a great angle with that piece of wood.
Yeah, it's up on the top of the plate, so it might mess up the shot. We'll see.
Nope. Makes it 2 in a row.
This is what I like. A close match. You know, both bowlers are starting to get in the groove. Yep.
He needs a break on one of those, and he gets it.
A definite break.
It looked like it was going to be 3, 6, and 7, and then the 3 went down, and finally the 6. 9-pin drop, 7-pin for finish with 3 in a row.
Right on it. Right on it. 120, 130 with the ball.
That was final ball, first game. Remember, it's 2 games. A little light hit there. 6-pin drop.
There we go.
136. Great opening game. At the end of this game, we're going to be talking with Mike McIntosh, who is on the committee for the Pro Series. They give us some background and how you can join. Jimmy working on a spare. Again, on the head pin, needs a little break there. He leaves a 3-6 and the 4 pin on the left.
Oh.
On difficulty of 1 to 10, I'd say it's probably an 8 or 9.
Yeah, definitely.
Trying to split him. Oh, no, that's an easy spare for him.
Wow.
Wow, that's two fantastic shots he's made.
Yes, you're right.
Wow. That's 4 spares in a row for Jim Ayotte.
Ah, just missed that head pin.
4 horsemen, 1, 3, 6, 10 with the 8 pin in the back row. Well, if he could clean these 4 pins up, it would be a tie game. Yeah. So anything he leaves standing, he'll be down by that many pins.
No. They don't add it up. Oh, he's down. He's down by 10.
Yeah. No. 13.
13. Yeah, the computer doesn't add it up.
You're right. You're right. So, opening game, Chris with the 136 and Jim 123. We'll be back with Mike McIntosh right after this.
Thanks for coming to my league, Jeff.
No problem, Nate.
I promise to exercise and eat right.
Don't forget, 60 minutes of a long day, right?
I'll grow up to be big and strong like you.
Absolutely.
And play in the Pro Series?
Yes, sir.
And be drafted on your Worlds team?
Maybe.
And become the new anchor baller for Lucky Strike?
Okay.
And you can be my sub?
Excuse me?
And make bowling fans forget about you? And become your mom's favorite bowler?
Whoa.
Just loosening my arm.
Okay, great opening game. We're here with Mike McIntosh of the Pro Series to give us a little insight. How many years have you been in, has the Pro Series been activated?
Pro Series has been activated for 4 years now. This is our 4th year. We're growing every year. We're expanding the areas, and we're getting more bowlers now than we ever have.
And if anyone wanted to join, how would they do that?
They can go right to our website at candlepinproseries.com, and they can also follow us on Facebook and at Twitter at Candlepin Pro Series.
Yeah, there you have it. Mike McIntosh, Pro Series. We'll be right back with game number 2. Leading it off will be Jim Ayotte, trailing by 13 pins. Well, he's going to try to corral the 6 and 10. Needs to strike early, being down by 13. Ooh, just dropped that ball a little bit.
Skip lob. Yep. He squeezed it just a little bit too much.
Yep. Skip lob sounds like it was infraction, but it isn't. As long as the ball hits somewhere between here and the lob line, that's a 10 box.
Yeah. Oh, you notice the information sheet? Did you see at the bottom? They each added their own category. Favorite bowler?
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
and a
good
strike. I want to know how much this cost them to put this down. Down the bottom, folks, it has Jim's son.
I don't want to say who it is.
Jim's son, Dave Barber. I think they all got paid except me.
Oh. But that strike now, that adds a little bit of pressure to Chris,
it
even
does.
though he's up by 13.
Exactly. You know, one bad box, he's within a mark.
Right.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Still going.
Ended up okay, but that was kind of strange.
It really looked like it was going to be a weird one.
There's one stat on here that your daughter-in-law said that's inappropriate. You can ask your son later what he wanted to put on here, but if it was down here, I would have said it. Even though you're not supposed to say it on TV. So, it's not on here now. No, you'll have to ask him about it later.
Okay.
And a 10 box.
I am totally confused, but that's okay.
I know, 10 box for
they each got
Chris. Matching 10 box to the first box, but now he's up against the strike. And there is no defense here. It's all offense. So you got to put the offense up there. You can't sit on the lead. Again, difficult leave there in the 5, 6, 10. I don't know if the ball can carry that 5 pin if you hit the wood.
You know what?
It turned a little bit.
Yeah, I would hit the left end of the wood and just hope.
Either the ball taker to have the wood come off the wall.
Right.
No, it just wasn't deep enough, too deep.
Yeah, he got it to spin, but not enough to hit the 5-pin. That was a tough shot, no doubt about it.
Wants to keep that lead above 10 pins. That means it's going to need a double mark to catch him. He lost one there in count. So the lead is now 12.
Yeah.
Minus 2 balls.
It's funny, Jim started out that first ring, he couldn't hit the head pin, and all of a sudden...
You know, I was just going to say that. It seemed to hit his stride halfway through that game, and boy, it's Katie bar the door now. He is all over the head pin. Oh, boy. The good news is an 8-pin drop. Yeah. The bad news is what, Jim?
The wood's in a lousy spot.
Yeah. Either real high or real low.
Very, very low. Just touch it.
Yeah, there you go.
Otherwise, that's what's going to happen.
Yep.
See, we knew it.
We knew. Yeah. That cuts the lead down some more, though.
2 pins, 3 pins.
Yeah, 3 pins.
10, 3 pins. 29 and 19 after 2. Against a 10 box for Jim.
Again, on the head pin, but a little full. 3-6 on the right, and then the triangle 4-7-8 on the left.
This should be easy for him. He's made some fantastic shots.
I mean, this, I still think,
right?
On a scale 1 to 10, it's probably a 10, but for him it might be a 5. No, not this time.
Okay.
Well, he's probably going to lose a few in count here, but he'll go after the triangle. Lose 3 in count.
He was on the object pin every ball, and he got a 7.
That's the game of Candlepin bowling.
Absolutely. Now the door's open. 10 and a 7. And Mike here make Chris feel really comfortable.
You have any preference if you got the lead, if you want to bowl first or second?
Yeah. You know what? I like the bowl first, I think, to put the pressure on him. I think that my preference.
Yeah.
You know, he's got some nice wood here to help him out. You know, missed the head pin, but he's got a nice spare leave here.
Yeah. 1, 2, 9, 10. Oh, he went by that head pin, the object on that shot.
Yeah.
Again, he's looking for his first mark the second game.
Yeah.
And matching 7 boxes. Oh, no, it's opposite of 10. He's got an opposite of 7 now, but...
39-26, even right now.
And it seems the longer you go without getting a mark, it starts to wear on you, you know?
Absolutely.
You start pressing. And
yeah. And what do you call that?
That's the bale of hay, I call it.
I call it the cluster of 5.
3, 5, 6, 9, and 10 in the right-hand corner.
You're pretty good at those pin numbers. I always get confused.
Well, when you have a cheat sheet in front of you, it's a little easier. Still a cluster 4. He's opposite of 7. He can get a few back here.
Even up against a 7.
Oh, boy.
7.
2 sevens in a row.
Tie game.
Unbelievable. After 14 boxes, we're all tied, folks. So it comes down to the final 6 frames. Boy, he's hitting the head pin, but he seems to be hitting it full now.
Yeah, the last one, this one here, a little too full.
Yeah, spread eagle minus the 10 pin. I guess it's really not a spread eagle, but... No.
You notice he hit the 2 pin on the outside to try to get sidewall action. That's a lot of the pros do that. In my day, maybe I used to try to throw it over.
Yeah.
Aim for the 2 to throw it over to the 3.
Yeah.
But there's so much sidewall action now. This is what they hope for.
Different game. Yeah. 55 at the turn for Jim, the second game. Match, as I said, all even after 4 boxes of this game. Again, full. Leaves himself the 2, 4, 7, and the 6. Now, Jim, what do you do here?
I'm looking at the 4 pin. Hit
exactly.
The 4 pin.
People don't understand. It's going to kick the wood, take out the 2, and possibly see. He probably tried to do that, but
yeah.
Most people, amateurs, they don't see that.
Right. And it's
lead.
not a guarantee either.
No,
but
no.
To me,
gives
it
you
was
a
the best
chance.
shot.
Yeah.
Well, 2 open again.
Yeah. Nobody wants it.
And, he's up against a 9 and a 10. Tie game. Tie total, not game, but tie total.
It's almost time for one of those crashing strikes by Chris.
That's what I look for. I love strikes.
Almost. Looks like the 3 and 10. It's not an easy shot.
No.
No wood is really favorable. You might want to take both pieces if you're going to miss the 3-pin, but I'd take the 3-pin clean if I could. Yeah, it actually cost him.
That's, I was thinking exactly like that. Throw it right there, but 10-pin didn't go. Kicked away. Both pieces of wood kicked away from it.
Now, every pin is so very important. Wow.
Stayed with him.
Stayed
9
on
for
the lane.
9.
Yeah.
Now we're going up against a 10. 55 to 42. 13-pin lead for Jim. Erases a 13-pin lead by Chris.
So we're still tied. Oh, he got that 4-pin to trip. 3-6-10. You want to split the 3-6, but however, he could get that wood.
You're right. The wood could mess up the shot.
Oh, he missed the object pin altogether. Needs this one to keep it tied.
Yeah. They both seem to be squeezing it just a little bit more here to try to get the advantage, and neither one's getting the mark. Tie game.
Well, it's not high scoring this game, but it certainly is close. Who will crack the ice and get the next mark? Who could be an eventual winner?
Again,
I think
a little bit too tight.
Yeah, I think that wood kicked out far enough so you could get a piece of the wood and the ball take the 5, possibly?
It looks like it. Yeah, it came away just enough to maybe cover the 5.
Oh,
there you go.
Big mark.
Good mark. He
And
made
another.
some good shots.
Oh, fantastic shots.
I mean, he had to place that just right. He had to place it in a
You're absolutely
good spot.
Right. That's the easy part. Now the fill. It's going! A big strike on Spare. Possibly to take control of this match. He's been on the head pin. He finally got off it being full and was able to trip that 5 for the strike on Spare.
You know what I say after that?
Yes.
Thank you. Spare strike just at the end of the match.
Off target there.
Well, it's going to take a powerful ball to get this one in. I know Chris has got that ball. He's got to put it in that 1-3 really tight.
I need something off the wall for the 5-pin. Doesn't get it.
So it's going to be 10 down if he gets this.
Yep. Oh, 11 down, and he's facing a strike.
Yeah.
Almost a must-mark box for him.
Absolutely, yeah. I agree. I mean, he's having a rough one, 61 after 7. He's having a real rough swing.
You can't expect Jim to have a lousy fill on that strike, so you really need a mark here. Plus, it would give Jim something to think about. I haven't got this match in the bag yet.
No. A little thin. It's not that easy a shot.
No. 3, 5, 6, and 10. Keeps his hopes alive.
Yeah. He couldn't hit that any more perfect. That was a perfect shot. Yeah, that ball was right in there.
And under all that pressure, being down by 11, that was a huge mark for Chris.
Oh, he knew he needed it. He knew that.
Jim's just thinking, give me a decent fill, maybe another mark. A double would be huge.
No,
but
look at this.
Well, folks, it's an 8-pin drop. And that's only the good news. The 7 and the 9 with a piece of wood out front. I don't know.
It's makeable on the left cap.
Oh, he threw that piece of wood in front of the 7. Are you kidding me? Wow.
Wow, so that gives him 104 to 71. 33. He's 20
And
up.
10.
It's 20. 33. Yeah, he's 20 pins up against the spare for Chris.
A mark here would go a long ways to
Oh,
securing this match. Well, it's going to be a good one.
Non-mark
Yeah.
makes it interesting.
And a bad box is even worse.
Yeah,
So he wants to, if he can't make the mark, he wants to get 9 or 10.
Here's where you don't want to pick out the 2 pin.
Right.
And how many times I've done that. Oh, the head
I'm
pin.
not going to say anything to him, but you said,
wow.
He didn't get the 2, but he got the head.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's looking at 2, 4, 7, 6, 10 with one piece of one ball left, and he's really going to have to clean this up. He does. He gets the 8. It's about the best he could do. And a 122.
122. So he needs a 109, right, to tie?
109.
109. That'll be 110 to tie. I'm sorry, 110. So he needs another big mark. Big fill, another
big fill.
mark.
Yeah, he can't afford a lousy fill. He needs a big fill, 7 or better, and another mark. Oh boy, flush on the head pin. Oh boy.
I don't even know if I'd like playing the wood.
I don't know, but I don't think he had any choice.
Yeah, I think so.
You got to go after probably the 3 pin, and hopefully the wood does some damage, and the ball does some damage on the 610. Wow, almost.
Wow.
Great shot making today.
Left the 6 pin.
But that'll just about do it, I believe.
I think a double strike will
Double
do it.
strike?
I think so. Got to wait for the computer to add it up. So I think he's got 94. Double strike 6 to tie.
Double strike.
Double strike 6 to win.
And Jim was very consistent in his games, 123, 122.
Yeah, he needs a strike right here. Otherwise, it's over. Oh, he was trying.
That'll do it.
He was trying.
Jim Ayotte is the 2013 Pro Series champion.
Oh.
They all seem to go when the match is decided already.
That was fancy, too.
And, of course, Jim is going to get that $1,200 check, and Chris, the runner-up, at $600. Not a bad payday. Oh, boy.
Nice spot for that, huh?
And it's a 101. And both shake hands. Great match. We'll be right back after a short break to talk to the bowlers. Okay, we're back with the bowlers. We're going to talk to Chris first. Chris, great opening game at 13-pin lead. A little trouble that second game.
I just fell a little short, and just a couple of shots didn't go my way. A couple of bad breaks in the end. And
well, there's 2 things I want to add. First, congratulations to runner-up again. You've been runner-up before, right? They say bridesmaid or something, but $600, and they're not up here. All right, you got to get up here to lose here, and they're not up here. You are. So, and the other thing, on your informational sheet, what was it? The favorite bowler?
Yeah, who's your favorite bowler,
Yeah.
Chris?
I don't know where it has it is Dave Barber. I don't know, but
How much did that cost you?
I let him win last year.
Oh, Jim, great bowling. Great bowling. It seemed like the first game you had a tough time finding head pin until that second half of the game, and after that, hitting head pin all the time. Second game, you started going full a little bit until you threw that strike.
Yeah, that first game, the first couple boxes, I just couldn't get to it. I made a little adjustment, finally got to it, made a couple birdie shots, and just coasted after that. And then the second string, like you said, I was a little full. And then last 4 boxes, I made the adjustment and luckily got the spare strike.
You made some fantastic shots. A couple of your shots, I said, from a scale of the 1 to 10, I think it's a 7 or 8, and you made it look easy. Jimmy and I thought we could make it, but I don't think so. You made some. What, was it 7, 8 one time?
7, 8, yeah, with a weird piece of wood.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, $1,200. You'll like that.
Very much.
But the biggest thing is crown the champion of the 2013 Pro Series. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. That's all from here. Great match today. We'll see you next time.
Marks all the way down. He's not going to have any trouble. He does it again. He dropped the hammer.
Hey, and that
3 marks in a row
qualifies him.
for Cole Fry. 7 years old at the time. He's come a long way since. Cole looking for the double and he drops it.
God.
Cole Fry out of the gates is putting on a show. All starts by being on that head pin. He's on it. He does it. Triple strike by Cole Fry, the first one in show history.